the New York Jets, Jets, have signed a new wide receiver, a speed threat, a burner. And just as Aaron Rodgers is about to arrive on a jet himself, he will have Mecole Hardman at wide receiver as a hybrid returner, receiver, runner, whatever you want to call him. He is a playmaker. That is what he is. And I want to break down Mecole Hardman here. But the Jets conversation has become very interesting on offense because they just traded, basically as soon as they announced Mecole Hardman, they just traded Elijah Moore to move up in the draft to grab a second-round pick. And now their wide receiving depth chart is starting to become more clear, but we still don't exactly know how it may look. Because, of course, you have Garrett Wilson. He's not going anywhere. He's your alpha. He's your number one. He's your franchise receiver. And then after that, you signed Allen Lazard, mostly because you're getting Aaron Rodgers, so you want that familiarity, that rapport already within the offense. Also, he worked with the offensive coordinator, Hackett, so he knows how to use him. And I would expect Lazard to play a lot in the slot. Then you also have Corey Davis. Corey Davis is someone that I like as a player. He has not been able to stay healthy. He may cost too much money. So Corey Davis is a name to maybe look to still maybe not be on the team. I'm not exactly sure. But for now, he is on the team. And you would think he has a greater chance of remaining on the team because Elijah Moore has been traded. And you bring in Mecole Hardman. Now, how I see Mecole Hardman is I think the Jets will view it as an upgrade from Braxton Berrios. And I'm being truthfully downright honest. I think he replaces Braxton Berrios, but he also gives you a different flavor in the slot. So how I believe he will be utilized is he's going to be a returner, which he's very good as a returner. He is excellent as a returner. I think he'll be utilized as a jet sweep, handoff, get the ball in his hands type of player, kind of like Braxton Berrios was. And then I could also see him playing in the slot and being that fourth receiver for the Jets. So if you currently have Corey Davis and Garrett Wilson as perimeter receivers for the most part, and then in the slot you have Allen Lazard, who can also play a bit outside, but he's more of a big slot type. You can kind of mismatch your weapons by bringing in a Mecole Hardman, right? Because Mecole Hardman and Allen Lazard are basically exactly opposite. Because Hardman is a speed guy. Like if you were to line up all the receivers in the NFL to have a race, Mecole Hardman would probably come in the top 3. Like that's how fast he is. He may be not Tyreek Hill, but he is fast. Like this guy is really fast. So what he brings is a vertical threat. Even though he's not the most nuanced receiver, which I don't believe he is, he could still develop into that potentially. You never really know with a receiver. Maybe he wasn't the best fit for Andy Reid's system. Maybe he didn't have the best rapport with Patrick Mahomes. Maybe he didn't fit into that locker room. Maybe he was simply in too competitive of a receiving core with the Chiefs. Maybe he fell out of favor with the Chiefs. Who knows exactly what happened? When you have a guy that can run almost a 4.2 and he can give you value in different ways, he's somewhat valuable. It's 1 year, $6.5 million. Not sure how much of that is guaranteed. I don't think it's a crazy contract. I'm not exactly sure if Jets fans out there will know what he is, though. Like, I feel like a lot of Jets fans, when they see the name Mecole Hardman, they might be more excited than they should be. Like, yeah, he's got electrifying speed. and he's played on a lot of very good teams. But he's not been a very big part of those teams. He's had moments catching some deep balls. He's had moments of being a part of their screen game, and he's good after the catch due to his speed, and he is a good returner. There's things to like about Mecole Hardman, and giving him a year to prove it in the system, I think makes sense. But when you actually think about, okay, he's been in the best offense in the NFL. He's been there for 3 or 4 years. They decided to sign Valdez-Scantling and Juju and trade for Kadarius Toney instead of just elevating Mecole Hardman. What does that exactly say about Mecole Hardman? And that's why I'm here. I'm just here to give you the truth. Like, I want to boost you up. I want to get you pumped about this new player. But I do think what he is a Braxton Berrios replacement. I think he's a good depth receiver who can play receiver at any moment. I think he's a slot player, just as Braxton Berrios was. I think he's a returner, one of the better ones in the league, just as Braxton Berrios was. Sure, he has a different skin color, but he's, I think, bringing a vertical threat from the slot for Aaron Rodgers. And I think that works with Aaron Rodgers because Aaron Rodgers still has a cannon. He still has the ability to throw the ball deep. And just as we saw with Romeo Doubs and especially Christian Watson, if you just have a guy that's pretty darn fast, and Christian Watson's going to develop into, I think, a special player, but it all starts with that speed fundamentally. So you put that guy in the offense, and he actually makes other people around him, gives them more space to operate, right? He's the guy that pushes coverage down the field so Garrett Wilson can come underneath, or Corey Davis can run a deep dig route over the middle of the field. He's not going to be always the guy that's the primary receiver, but every once in a while he'll catch a deep post. Every once in a while he'll catch a crosser, or they'll throw him a screen. And the rest of the time he's really there to like supplement the rest of the offense and be a guy to catch coverage so that other people can be open. You look at his career, and he's pretty consistently, through his first 3 years, he was pretty consistently a 500-yard receiver. Year 1 as a rookie, 538 yards, 6 touchdowns, 20 yards per reception, by the way. 6 touchdowns, right? 26 catches. In year 2, 41 catches, 560 for 4 touchdowns. His yards per reception dropped to 13.7. And we've seen that every year of his career. His yards per reception dropped to 11.7. So he was utilized in those later years more as a yards after catch type of guy. 59 catches, 693 yards, and 2 touchdowns in year 3. And then last year, he really fell out of favor with the receiving core because they had guys like Toney and Juju and Valdez-Scantling, mostly Valdez-Scantling, and even guys like Justin Watson, who played a lot over him at the X position on the outside, the perimeter. So I really believe what he is, like I said, a Braxton Berrios replacement. 297 yards, 25 catches, 4 touchdowns last year. I think he still has some untapped potential at only 25 years old. He's still very young, and on a 1-year contract, there's basically no risk here, and you're at least getting a pretty electric returner to help your special teams. And at the most, you can get a guy that maybe has found a new home, maybe has been rejuvenated, maybe he finds a better fit in a new offense, and you get a guy that runs a 4-2. That's pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, Jets fans, and also let me know what you think of the Elijah Moore trade. I made a separate video about that personally. Just before you go, I didn't love the move, but I fully understood it given the direction of your receiving core now, and Hardman fits a niche role within it. Thanks guys for watching. Gronk spike the like button. Subscribe for more BLV just like this. It's Mitch. Peace.